So preparing your print, now that we have it all color corrected for printing in Photoshop, you go into your file and you come down to the bottom here, print, or the shortcut Command P or Control P on a Windows. And when you do it, a new page opens up. On the left hand side here we have the paper, so the white area is the size of the paper and the image is in that paper. And on the right hand side we have all the attributes that we can go through and set up for printing. So the first thing to do is to check that you have the right printer that you're printing from. I'm going to use the Epson Stylus Pro 7600, and then how many copies. In most cases it's usually going to be one for this photography thing, but you can add more. And then the print settings. You also have here your layout, whether it's portrait or landscape. This is landscape portrait format because it's been 61 by 37 is put in that way. We'll show you that now. So if you go into print settings, another window opens up. This may look slightly different in newer versions of Photoshop. So we have the printer here that's working. We leave the default settings and then we use the paper size. We can pick the paper size here that's in the predetermined attributes. So they're all with submenus. Or you can go down to the custom size menu. These A2, A3, A6 and test strip are all custom size menus. If you click on this, it will show you, here they are, and it will give you on the right hand side what size they are. But I can add a new one here just by simply putting on this, double clicking. I can give it a name, just call it bird test for this demonstration, and we have the width that we can put in. So say we want it just slightly bigger than A4, so we want it 23, A4 is 21 centimeters, so that's 230 millimeters, and then slightly bigger in height, which is 27.9 or 279, so let's give it 300 millimeters. And then the top and the bottom, this is the margins around the top of the bottom, and we can have user defined or what the printers do, but we'll put it in there. If you put user defined, put them all as naught, and that means you can print right to the edge of the paper. But we're not quite finished here yet. So first of all, the color matching paper handling and cover page, we can forget about them at the moment. We want to go to our print settings, and this is where it's important. The roll paper, are we printing on roll paper, which some printers can and the D7600 can. Banner means it can go for the width of the paper for as long as you wish it to go. Just ordinary roll paper or sheet paper. In this case we're working on sheet paper. So then you want to pick your paper. It's a photo paper, which we don't have in this situation. You will on the more up-to-date version of Mac. I'm doing this from an old computer which can't be updated. That's why it's not here. But I'm just going to use a smooth fine art paper for now. And then you can choose the quality. I would go for superfine if you're doing a photograph. If you're doing a test print or something, the 720 might be fine just to check for the colors. But we're going to go for a print. And when you're happy with all of that, you just press save. And you will see the paper here on the left will change size. And that's how your image sits on that. So if we go down then to the next one is color handling. And we always want Photoshop to manage the color, because that means we can tell it what our profile is. And when you do this, the printer profile comes up, and we have this selection in the drop down menu of all the papers that we can use. But we want to print on a Hahnemühle Silk by RIT, which we don't have in here. So we're going to have to add that, which I will show you now. So ICC profiles are profiles that paper manufacturers make so that the ink from your printer is used to the best quality on the paper. So they have matched it so it works to the best. So to use these profiles, you need to download them from the manufacturer. In this case, I'm using Hahnemühle ICC profiles and the download center. If you click on that, So you pick your printer. In my case, it's the Epson 7600 Stylus Pro. And then the paper group, we'll just go for a Hahnemühle photo paper. Below here, it gives us all the Hahnemühle photo paper profiles. So I'm just going to pick the Hahnemühle Photo Silk by Rita. I know I don't have that one on my profiles, just so you can see where it is. So you click on this and it allows you to download it. I'm going to download it on the desktop. I'll open the zip drive. It opens this folder here. We'll double click that, and inside we have our ICC profile. So to add that into a space where Photoshop can read it, on a Mac we go into this file up on the top left, Go, and if you press the Alt key, another window opens up called Library. It's kind of hidden until you press the Alt key. You click on Library. In Libraries you will get Color Sync, and in Color Sync you will have the profiles. As you can see, here are the profiles that I have already. I'm going to have to open this again. It's simply a matter of dragging the new profile, the Photo Silk by Rita, into this folder, and there you go. It's as simple as that. So now that we've done that, we're going to go back into our printer profile, click on it, and now in the drop down menu you can see that the option of the Hahnemühle Photo Silk by Rita paper is available to choose from. So we will pick on that. Your normal printing is what you're going to print for photographs, and then the rendering tent. What's mostly used for photography is the perceptual. You can read more about these when you hover over the name of them, and in the description below it'll give you a description of what each one of those. Perceptual is the one that you want to use for photography in the majority of cases. So if we move down to the position and size, this is automatically centered and at 100%. But we can, for example, leave that if we want to print in the top left hand corner and put 1, 1, and as you can see it moves the picture over to the top left hand corner. But we're going to center it again. We could also change the scale. So for example, if we wanted this to go right to the edge, maybe we wanted to do 110. That may be 120, and as you can see it's pushed right to the edge of the paper. If you wanted to fill the whole page, you might want to go 123. It's still at the edge, 125, and now you can see it fills right to the edge of that paper. And you will see that when you change it, the print resolution here also changes. It's now 320 ppi. If we bring that back down to 100, it's to 400 ppi. We can toggle these up, color management. There's also printing marks for corner and center crop marks and registration functions, but we're going to leave them for now. They're more for the printing, in printing scenarios for making books and other things like that. So once you're ready with that, all you have to do is load up the paper in your printer, make sure it's the right paper for the profile you've chosen, and press print, and then your image will be printed.